Bitcoin right now in the most crucial week that we've seen in months on the BTC charts. Cardano setting up a huge move of its own. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. Let's jump into the Bitcoin Cardano video. This is Bitcoin on the 6 hour. Have to note this. We're going to look at a really big move for this big week on Bitcoin. But this is a 6 hour chart. And this illustrates a couple of things. 67% to the apex of this descending triangle, Bitcoin broke out. This was right around July 23rd. It's August 9th. And Bitcoin has finally hit the $46,000 target. Remember, the whole way up, we were using this pattern as this finish line goal for what we see actually on the weekly chart. Let me show you what that looks like before we look at this very important chart. This is on the weekly. So we were looking at this 20-week moving average, waiting just weeks and weeks and weeks for Bitcoin to make this entire move off the 50-week moving average to this now $43,000 area. But the move that we were tracking to make that possible was a pattern. The pattern found all in here as Bitcoin consolidated into the 50-week moving average. This is what a couple different reasons. Number one, if you look at Bitcoin above the 20-week, we have the open above the 20-week moving average, that green line. Bitcoin's currently above it. We have 5 days, 22 hours as I do this video left of this weekly candle. Are we going to get a weekly close, a full body close on this weekly chart above that 20-week moving average? Because we need to note it did not happen back here at the beginning of the last bear market. And this is what we've been saying. There are many things, including the 1618 bounce that we have here on the macro, that indicate we're still in the middle of this bull market. The next 5-6 months or so could be ridiculously bullish for Bitcoin. And one of those things, as we start monitoring now, is this 20-week moving average and the story of Bitcoin alongside of that. And right now we have a full weekly body candle above this 20-week moving average. So we're going to monitor that. But the other thing, if we open up the oscillators, look at this. What is getting ready to happen is a MACD cross, that blue line crossing this signal line, this red line. We have the MACD just above zero on the histogram. The histogram almost going green. We're getting very close this week. Huge in what is happening right now, what's getting broken down on this MACD. The other thing on this weekly chart, this is a huge week for Bitcoin, everybody. I'm telling you. The other thing on this weekly, we're at this line, this red line we've been monitoring, right around 55, 56 on the RSI. This is the momentum oscillator, the slower moving momentum oscillator. Take note, as Bitcoin on the stock RSI, the quicker moving momentum oscillator, right here, right in the middle, touching right here, right in the middle, the RSI, take note, because when we got this rejection back here in the bear market, the beginning of the bear market, and even here, Bitcoin seeing this level on the RSI as resistance. This time, even on the stock RSI, right around here, Bitcoin stalling out. Is that going to happen this week into next week? This is a huge week, and we have waited months from all-time high. It's been months back in April, and we're in August. So this is what I'm watching on the macro. This is the grand story that we're all watching play out. No surprise right now on the 6 hour. There's a bit of resistance. I'm just letting the 6 hour chart do its thing. Always ready for pullbacks, especially when we get breakouts of the triangle. It's taken weeks to get to the target, but along the way, we have to be very prepared for pullbacks. If we're sitting at $39,000, $38,000, $40,000 once again, and starting to get a head and shoulder setup, the bears will be, slowly approaching in a storyline like that. It's a possibility. So just be ready for any type of pullback on the short term. This is what I'd be watching for. This could be bullish support, swing low to swing high. If we see resistance right around this $46,000 target that we've hit, we have support down here around 40,000, 41,000 at the 618 to the 786 around 39,000. Would not be surprised at all. Even in a bullish uptrend, Bitcoin makes a move like that. Let's pivot over to Cardano really quick. Weekly chart on Cardano. Very important to note, above the 20-week moving average. Also very important to note the move right here back in November, the beginning of the bull market, the move that we're kind of waiting for, the explosive separation from the 20-week moving average. It's all good and dandy that we're at the 20-week moving average right now, but we're not far above it. Cardano can very easily close this week below the 20-week moving average. Once again, the 20-week moving average right around $1.43, Cardano trading at around $1.47. We know smart contracts weeks away, so it's going to be extremely interesting to see if Cardano is going to get an explosive move to the upside. You all know I've been tracking this. If we go to the weekly, on the MACD, we have a similar story playing out on Cardano that Bitcoin is, but Cardano's not there yet, right? So a bit more upward momentum before this histogram turns green. Also, the MACD not even really anywhere close just yet of crossing the signal line, that MACD cross. So this to me isn't bad. If Bitcoin's going to get the MACD cross on the weekly chart that we just looked at, all down here, and I don't know if you can see that. Let me actually open this up. If Bitcoin's going to get this MACD cross that you see right above me, it's going to happen likely before Cardano gets its own. But what's good is that just shows how much upside Cardano has, because Cardano likely to follow maybe the week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks after getting an epic MACD cross. So maybe there's a little bit of lag in terms of Cardano gains. Let's go over to the daily chart. This is the explosive move we're waiting for. Even still, here's that on the daily chart. Here's what that weekly explosion looked like back in November, the beginning of the bull market, getting separation from this very key Fibonacci, a very similar Fibonacci we're tracking now. Cardano right now, we're waiting for an explosive move. It's one of those things. It can surprise us if Cardano decides it's going to move this, and it's not guaranteed it's going to happen. I'm just a bull. I'm thinking bullish. I want it to happen, everybody. I'm just like you. I want it to happen. I know we're prepared for downside as we struggle here at the 786, this $1.47 area, $1.46 area, really right where it is at the 786. Big resistance for Cardano. Can it get the separation, or are we dropping? If Bitcoin makes its own little retracement, is Cardano making a drop to that $1.33 area, $1.30 area where the 50-day moving average is? Remember, we're getting this cross of the 20-day above the blue line, the 50-day. And when that happens, often we get some type of consolidation. So thus far, it's sideways. I've been watching it. I thought it was maybe going to happen in the last 24, 36 hours or something, but we didn't get that pullback just yet. So I'm just prepared for it. Want to just scope that out. But the big move to the upside is what we have playing out here on this screen. So if you zoom out, you know what happened. We broke the midterm resistance. This is the very, very good sign. We didn't quite get the 10% separation from that 786 around $1.39, $1.40, but that's okay. We have a story playing out on Cardano. That is this ascending triangle with a breakout target, in the $1.60 range. So we're going to continue to watch that. We're going to continue to monitor that. It can take a little bit of time as we see breakouts out of these patterns. So this breakout August 6th, a few days ago, it takes time. It takes a break to the upside, retesting that trend line, which Cardano has done, and then just slowly making a move to that $1.60 area. That's the move we want to see. But for that to happen on the hourly, I spotted something. That's what I want to talk about. The big move that could bring Cardano to those levels. That is this potential inverse head and shoulders here on the hourly. And it's just a story we've kind of seen playing out in this uptrend. And it's very sideways type of head and shoulders, but head and shoulders nonetheless, similar to kind of what we had back here. Left shoulder head, right shoulder, and then we have this neckline. Cardano struggled at it for a little bit before breakout, essentially to its target around $1.50. Here we are in a similar structure. Left shoulder, bears stalling out, bears fighting a little harder at the head, bringing it down a little lower, back up to neckline, and right now we're in that right shoulder setup. Are we going to come lower? Where support on the short term? I'll show you. This is where a right shoulder could form. It could form where we are right now, $1.47, or if we go to that head swing low to that neckline swing high, we have support down here, 618 at $1.43 to $1.41 at the 786. This is very short term on the hourly. This is essentially what I'm watching tonight as I get ready to go rest and relax and try and chill out. It's been a ridiculous day. And this is the setup I'm watching. Can Cardano, I mean, it would be awesome to wake up and we see a right shoulder complete Cardano's up above $1.50, maybe $1.51, $1.52, getting ready to break this neckline area because we have a target up here, $1.63, $1.64. Remember on the 6 hour, we have a target up here, the ascending triangle around $1.60. So there's a couple bullish targets to the upside, but Cardano's got to make the move. And this is, up in the air whether or not it's going to happen. Wanted to do a video, wanted to talk about it. Just a quick update as we go into this evening, and we'll see what happens overnight as we get this day started. But either way, huge week for Bitcoin and Cardano. I appreciate you coming by, everybody. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.